when I was introduced, I doubted that I can do this business. To be honest, I doubted myself. I never thought I would be able to do this business. But because of the willingness of being taught and also the support that I got from my upline, the support that I got from the NeoLife company itself, it made me realize this. Yes, if I learn this and practice it, I can do it. I'm an introvert by nature. I'm a very shy person. I like to keep to myself, but through the trainings that I got from NeoLife, I've been able to do this business. And I said I started this business as a broke student. Here I am today. I'm now a mother of three beautiful girls that God has blessed us with. I'm a wife to my husband, who was my boyfriend then, who introduced me to this business. And I'm a businesswoman. And above all, I'm a child of God. Now, this business, it has just revealed a whole lot of things to us. It has, we've benefited quite a lot from this business. One of the things that I've benefited from this business is traveling around the world. I never thought I would travel so much, but because of NeoLife, I've traveled around the world to different countries. Amongst those, I've been to Mauritius, I've been to San Francisco, I've been to Hawaii, all because of the NeoLife business. So I say, if you are looking for something that can change your life, I say, look no further. This is the best business that you can ever choose that can give you the life similar or even better to the life that I, myself, and my family have experienced. There is nothing as comforting as being able to pay school fees for your children without having difficulty. There is nothing as nice as and exciting as being able to pay for holidays for your children without you taking from a credit card and not knowing how you're gonna pay for it. So this business has given us a financial freedom. And I am so excited that I'm a part of NeoLife. That is why I'm saying, if you want to build a business that can sustain you, that can give you a better life, look no further. NeoLife is the business to go for. In order for us to have a business, we've got to have a product. So we are so fortunate that we've got beautiful products from NeoLife. The reason why I say choose NeoLife, it's because we've got, sorry about that. Let me just, I don't know what happened there on my screen. Let me go back. And Nola. Okay. I don't know what's going on right now on my screen. Sometimes when you are...
Samke, that's fine. Perfect. You can continue.
Okay. Can you see the next screen now? Of why NeoLife?
Yes, why NeoLife, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rory. I say, why should you choose NeoLife? I'm so excited that we partnered with NeoLife. We chose to do a NeoLife business. These are some of the reasons why you should choose NeoLife. It's a global manufacturing network. Myself and my husband, when we started this business, we never thought that we would build a network that would be beyond just South African borders. A few days ago, I was just doing my paperwork, and then I realized that, wow, last month we got paid in dollars, also in pounds, because we've got some distributors in the US, we've got distributors in the UK. We are also paid in Maluti because we've got some distributors in Lesotho. So in other words, when you choose this business, you are not just limited to the city that you are in. You can build a global business, which is one of the things that are so exciting about being part of NeoLife. And I also like that this business has stood the test of time. It's been around for over 60 years. So it's a business that you can trust, that you know that it's not going to disappear tomorrow. We've also have a scientific advisory board. We say our products are based in nature and they're backed by science. Have no doubt, when you give people these products, you know that they are going to work. You know, because you are not the one who manufactured these products, but they have been scientifically proven that they can work. So it's one of the things that you shouldn't fear when you've got a business like NeoLife. So, and also when it comes to our products, which is nutrition, you know that they are food, whole food based. It's not synthetics. It's something that when you give to someone, you are guaranteed that it's going to give them the good results, the positive results, rather than getting the negative results. So that is some of the reasons why I say, go for this business called NeoLife. One product that I would like to talk about today, we've got different products, lots of products in our company, but just for today, I'll just say, let's talk about the TreeNN, a whole grain of health. You know, with just this TreeNN alone, you can be able to build a big business. You don't have to know all the products that are there in the catalog, but once you've mastered the TreeNN, with the TreeNN, you can build a huge business. But what's more important as well is that you yourself must first use it, because you speak better about something that you know and something that you've used before. So TreeNN is one of the products that NeoLife have done research about it. On this slide, there's a study that was conducted in the University of Texas, where it was just showing that what are the benefits some of the benefits that you can get if you use a TreeNN. We all know that when we eat food, sometimes we find that what we are eating is not what the body really needs. Sometimes we eat unhealthy stuff, which then makes your cells to be unhealthy. And then you find that your cells, you feel tired, and you need to make sure that you eat right. So the TreeNN is also very good at helping you to make your cells look healthy, feel healthy, and also it improves improves nutrients utilization efficiency. So it's one of the reasons why you should take the TreeNN. Also, the TreeNN, it's very good for you to give you the energy. It supports your cellular health. It increases the energy, and it just makes you feel your body feels light. So it's one of the products that I say, if you're going to use the nutrition, the NeoLife nutrition, start with the TreeNN. And there's so many people who are always saying, I am so tired. I am so tired of being tired. This is the product that you can share with those people. Even yourself, use it. There are so many benefits that you can get out of that product called TreeNN. So having said that, I'll say to you, if you are looking for a business that can change your life, look no further. NeoLife is the business to be in. I thank you so much. I'd like to hand over now to Rory.
Samke, thank you so much indeed. Sam, that was beautiful. A beautiful explanation of the business. Thank you so much. We really appreciate what you've done. You know,
Thank you, Rory.
Sam is such a perfect example of the young generation that are taking hold of this business. Oh, by the way, my name is Rory McDermott. For those who I haven't met, welcome aboard as well. But Samke and her husband, Linda Mkwena, the interesting part, they've built a huge business, as she's mentioned. It's changed the dynamics of their family in terms of how they live and where they travel and various things. But they're part of the very successful Do and Fagila team. It's a family that has built legacy, and it's just one of the things that I call uniquely NeoLife, where you can build a business and pass it down generation to generation. So Sam and Linda are second generation in that family, which is wonderful. And you'll find their kids will take it over as well. And that's stability, using your life so the use of your life outlives your life. And so, Samke, thank you so much. That was excellent. Right. I just wanted to talk a little bit. You know, this morning I came back from gym and I was just getting prepared for this evening's talk. And I was blessed to have a little visitor come in. My grandson, the young 4-year-old grandson, Nicholas, came in. And, the business was on my mind at that stage, and we were just talking to each other. And I thought, well, I'll ask him a question. I said to him, Nicholas, if what would you want out of life? The question I said was, what do you want most out of life? And this little chap looked at me for a while. He's a wise little man, and he looked at me and he said, Papa, I would like to have joy. Now, imagine a 4-year-old coming up with a statement like that. I'd like to have joy. He didn't say, I want a new bicycle or a Porsche or whatever kids normally say. He just said, wanted joy. And I found that profound. He wanted joy. And, if you go to the dictionary, joy is defined as a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. What more can you want out of life than happiness and great pleasure? It's just an amazing statement. And, that's the way to live. And, the children of today, they are so bright. And I just think, and I got thinking about that, because joy is what we want. It's what I believe that the Mkwena family and we have got out of this business, and so many thousands of people around the world who have done NeoLife. Because as Samke mentioned, it operates in over 50 countries around the world. So there's hundreds of thousands of people who've had joy from this business. The opposite of joy in the dictionary is actually misery. On the other side of the scale, there's so many people who have a miserable existence. So I think our whole philosophy is to create joy, which is giving people a healthy and a wealthier life, okay, making the world a happier and healthier place. That's the philosophy of NeoLife. Living with joy, having a wife and family that you're proud of, and that gives you joy. Being in a position where you can help other people, that gives you joy. Becoming wealthy and successful and healthy gives you joy. So there's just so much to live a life of joy. And that comes from living a life of balance. And this is something we've learned within business. When I joined well over 50 years ago, our entire understanding of success was money in the bank. And that is so wrong. Because through NeoLife, we've learned through the philosophies that there's more to success than just cash in the bank. We believe in what we call a balanced success. And success is mental, physical, spiritual, and Sam touched on that. Without your spiritual success, you won't have any success at all. So it's the most important of all successes. But it's also family success, it's social success, and then lastly, financial success. So you've got to get that balance in your success to have the joy that you want for the future. And that's exactly what our talk is about tonight. It's about what can give you joy. And I'm going to ask you the same question now. What do you want most out of life? It's so important that you define what you want. So that, and a question that backs that up is, doing what you're doing now, are you on the right path or not? That's the question I'm asking you. And, tonight is like, I call it like a smorgasbord. You come in and you take what you need from it. People will come in, some people will come and say, oh, I don't need this business. And good luck to them. That's great. Some people come in and say, gee, my health is a problem of concern. I want better nutrition, which you can get from the business because there's nothing to touch the nutritional range of NeoLife. Some will be looking for a financial miracle. That's exactly what happened to us. And I want to just point out, today we live in a very uncertain world. You all know that. And I believe that you can take nothing for granted. Don't rely on pension funds. Don't rely on jobs. Don't rely on investments, because you have no control over a lot of those things. Okay, so I'm simply asking tonight, what is your plan B? What have you got lined up to make your life a joyful life? Okay, and something I came across recently too, it's so often in times where you come to the end of your tether, you don't know where to go, where to turn. So often that is the beginning of a new prosperous future for you. And I know that there'll be some people on this call tonight who have come to the end of trying to do it themselves. I'm going to suggest tonight, hand over to the Lord and ask him to guide and direct your path, because that's the way to go. I say this with confidence because 50 years ago, Nola and I were in exactly that situation. We worked in a corporate environment. We realized working for a boss was not for us. So we started our own business, which flourished to a point. And then the wheels fell off because of bad debt. People didn't pay us. And I won't go into detail on that tonight. But, we got to that point where we had nowhere to turn. And then NeoLife came into our lives. And that turned us around as people, gave us a lifestyle second to none, way beyond what we ever anticipated. So I believe that every single human being on earth wants to be successful. Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is this, that at 65 years old, 95% of people are not in a strong position financially. In fact, they say they're either dead or dead broke by 65. And those are facts. And that we've got to face that fact. Don't leave your life in the hands of something that's taking you nowhere. I found that as long as I worked for a boss, I was working hard. But what I got from the night I saw NeoLife, I saw a way that I could work smart. How do you work smart? You work smart by duplicating your time and effort through other people. And NeoLife has formulated the perfect plan for that allows you to duplicate time. And in fact, time management is the best kept secret of the rich. So find a way to duplicate time. And I know of no better way than the NeoLife thing, the NeoLife program. Now, there are three, the starting point is this. You have a home, you have a household, and every household has what I call a economy. Some are big, some are small. But you spend money every single month on need, necessity, consumable items. What am I talking about? I'm talking about laundry powder. Do you use a laundry powder in your home? I'm sure you do. Dishwashing liquids, you use them. Germicidal disinfectants you use, hair shampoos, skin cares, personal products, nutritional products. These are all products that are consumed in every single home every day of the year. Now, what I'm suggesting you do is change your buying habits, consolidate what you're doing. Instead of shopping at various places, consolidate your buying habits. Use that economy to good use and become part of NeoLife and direct those purchases straight to NeoLife, and they'll deliver the product right to your front door with no hassle whatsoever. So it is a very, very efficient system. And that's basically how it starts. And before I go into sharing some slides with you, there are three, our life is all about habits. We have either good habits or we have bad habits. I would like you to develop three new good working habits. The first habit I'd like you to do as a family, not only as an individual, as a family, start to use our products. So you change your buying habits, start to use the NeoLife product range. Why? Firstly, you get the best quality products of their kind on earth, and you get them at wholesale, step number one. But more importantly, you start to use the products and start to believe in them and start getting these benefits yourself. You might have a higher blood pressure problem. You can naturally control that through our Omega products. Okay, so I'm not going to go into product tonight. That's another story. But you use the products so that you believe in them. And my dear friends, there's no shortcut to that. Convince yourself before you can convince anyone else. That's where you start. And when you've convinced yourself, you're going to get what I call a product story or testimony. So the first habit is to use the product yourself and get your own story. The second habit is to talk to people. Share your story. Simple. Share your story with people. Same, listen to people's needs. Have ears and eyes and observe people's situation. You don't have to talk too much. Samke said she was shy. I happen to be a very shy person as well, so I don't talk too much, or I've been trained obviously to do things, but just listen and observe and find out people's needs. And you just say, John, I've got something which might help you with that high blood pressure problem, and get them to investigate it. So the second thing is to share the product, but more importantly is to share the business. That's the clever part. By sharing the product, business, you give that individual a better discount, You give him these independence, and you don't have to run after them, nursemaiding them. They become independent of you and work directly with the company. So what are you doing? You're beginning to duplicate time, duplicate effort. The third success habit we like you to adopt is personal development. Grow. Become a sponge for knowledge. Come to the training. We have Zoom meetings. We have, for instance, coming up in October, we are having up in Pretoria our what we call our Impact Summit. Now, you can't miss that summit. Even if you're brand new tonight, get to Pretoria on the 18th of October. You can't miss that, because that would be a big milestone in the development of your business and the personal growth of you as an individual. And if you're going to become a leader, you'll find you've got to become worth more to earn more. Okay, you've got to become worth more to earn more. How do you become worth more? You grow as an individual. So that's a starting point. So the three habits: use the products so you believe in them, share the products to customers and distributors, and grow as an individual. Those three things. Now I'm going to go into sharing. Let's just find out where the share is going to be. Okay, it's over here somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, share. There we go. All right, coming on to share. And right, I think that should help us there. Just let me get that sorted out. Share the products. Okay. I'm just going to continue in the meantime while we get that sorted out. As you can see, you don't have to be a computer expert, but it's good to know what you're doing on that side. So I'm just going to share some slides. What can NeoLife do for you? The very first thing NeoLife can do for you is this. It helps you build a global business. Sorry about this. It's going to come on right now. Okay. Sharing the global business. Just pick on the top one. Excuse us for a second while we get this right. Okay. Right, there it is. Okay, so NeoLife provides you with a solid, proven business platform that allows you to build a global network. And that is so important. That support that you get is so important for your future and your growth. In other words, you don't have to build the business yourself. The business is already in place. The systems are already in place. The product is already in place. The distribution is already in place. The financial control system on a global basis, as Samke mentioned, she's getting dollars and pounds from various distributors. Okay, obviously that's all converted back into your home currency, but the business is in place. It's a proven global network that you partner with NeoLife. That's the starting point. The second thing that we've really touched on is consolidate your home and personal buying power. Okay, use the products and start sharing the concept with people and do 100 points. Now you might say, well, what is 100 points? Every product, because we work in 50 countries around the world, every product has what we call a point value. So we want you to do 100 points per month, which is 3 to 5 products. So it's no big deal. It's just your household consumables and maybe 1 or 2 customers. You do your 100 points per month because that activates your ID number. So that's the starting point. The third one is the personal development I mentioned. Now, once you've linked to NeoLife, okay, you link to NeoLife through a kit, which we will mention just now. The kit involves an investment of just on 1,000 Rand. So it's the price of a decent pair of shoes. That's not a lot of big investment for a business. So the starting point is to link to NeoLife and change your buying habits and do your 100 points to activate your ID number. That's every month. And every month we would like you ideally to go out and find 3 new business partners to join you. Now, some months you might not find 3, but the goal is to find 3. We say 3 because we know with human beings, there's always, you'll have some disappointments along the way. So out of 3, we know 1 will be reasonably active. You'll be very lucky to have 3 active, but it happens as well. So generate your 100 points and go out and develop 3 new distributors per month yourself. Okay, now what's going to happen? I'm just going to give you a bit of a broad brush approach here. So you build yourself your 100 points, and very soon you'll find the normal distributor will do 250 points per month with themselves and their immediate customers. That's you. Your 3 people who join you, you get out and teach them to do exactly what you're doing, 250 points each. You duplicate time and duplicate effort. At the end of the month, like today is month end of July, the company computer will close tomorrow and start assessing your business. The accumulation of your global business is done within 3 days, and payment is made on a dividend within 5 working days of month end. So it is an extremely efficient system. And in my 50 odd years, I have never, ever had to doubt the integrity of that payment plan. That is saying something very unique, because normal business, you're scratching and chasing money all your time. It comes in automatically within 5 days in your account. So now you've got 1,000 points. Your 250 plus your 3 people, you're doing 1,000 points. You'll get a small dividend back of about 1,000 to 2,000 Rand, somewhere in that vicinity. But think about it. On your current budget that you're sharing with all the other supermarkets and pharmacies, etc., do they give you 1,000 to 2,000 Rand back as a kickback, a cash back at the end of the month? Not a chance. So now continue doing that activity, using the products, sharing the activity, and you teach your 3 distributors to duplicate what you've done. So they do 1,000 each. There's 3,000. You continued your 1,000. There's 4,000. Now, 4,000 is a critical level which I want you to get to ASAP. It could take you 3 to 6 months to do it. Once you've got what we call a 4,000 point business, we give you the title of being a director of NeoLife, a director in the marketing plan. And as a director, your dividends per month would range from about 12 to 20,000 Rand per month, somewhere in that ballpark, depending how your business is structured. Let's stop right there. As a director earning, let's say, 15,000 Rand a month, think of the investment you'd have to have in the bank at maybe 8% or whatever they give you as a return to be able to draw down 15,000 Rand per month. You'd need millions of Rands invested to be able to do that. So that in itself gives you a very stable income. The goal here is for you to become a director, what we call a qualified director, every single month, earning that 15,000 Rand per month. Okay. But once you're a director, you are what we call a unit. That unit, once you start duplicating, example, if one of your 3, let's say your 3 people became directors, this might take you a year, it might take you 6 months, it might take you, I don't know, you're the managing director, you are the driving force of your business. But example here, if you had 3 directors in your team, you must probably be earning 40, 50,000 Rand minimum per month. Now, you and I both know that there are people who get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they hit the traffic, get to the office, spend 8 to 10 hours of stress and under stress and strain throughout that day. Hit the traffic, come home, get home, clap by 7 o'clock, and some of them don't earn anywhere near 20 to 30,000 Rand for their efforts. You can do this working part-time from home with no risk, no overheads, no staff, no premises, no fancy delivery systems, no machinery, no investment whatsoever. Now, that's the power of this business. What if the bigger picture here, let's say you take this very seriously, in the next 2 to 5 years, go out and build 6 directors into your team. You move on to what we call our presence team. Presence team is a very, very wonderful position to get into. Minimum incomes at that level, 100,000 Rand per month and more. It grows from there. But not only that, you are part of a team of people, like-minded people, who meet twice a year. For instance, next month we're off to Lisbon in Portugal. We'll meet our friends from America, from Europe, from Africa, and we'll spend time as a presence team there. If you like traveling, in May 2026, as a Sapphire director, in other words, you'd have to be a director with 1 director underneath you, you'll get an invitation to attend our world team meeting. And this is going to be in Cairo, Egypt. You know, what a chance to see the pyramids and travel the Nile and see all that Egypt has to offer. You get an invitation and a small subsidy. But if you went out and really worked smart and got 3 directors underneath your team, you'd have your airfares covered, you'd have your accommodation covered, and you'll have a time of your life. And by the way, when we travel with NeoLife, we travel 5-star. It's an incredible experience. So how does one become part of NeoLife? That's just the concept. I mentioned you need what we call a starter kit. There are about 5 options. Your sponsor will go into more detail with you. But the first option is what we call a tree and end kit. You invest an amount here. It's actually just moved up from 960. No, that's right. The new price is 960. That's the new price. We had a price adjustment yesterday. A price adjustment once a year. It was yesterday. 960. You get your 2 bottles of product for you to use and try yourself, so you have the benefits. But above that, you get your own personalized website. You get your literature. You get your buying ID number, which you keep activated for per year. Annually, you renew it for the princely sum of 160 Rand. So NeoLife takes care of your business back office for 160 Rand per year. It's unbelievable. It's unheard of. So that's the one kit. The kit I'd really recommend is the Tree and End 6-pack starter kit. Here there's a code there of 1012. There's an investment there of 2,050 Rand. With that, you get the same websites, literature, buying number, etc., but you get a case of Tree and End. So you get 6, 2 to use, you and your wife take 1 each, and 4 to sell, and start turning that working capital over. And that's the beginning of your business. So it's very easy to get into. Right. What are the qualities that we look for the people who join us? First quality, we look for people who have a strong, burning desire for success, who want to live a life of joy, putting it into my grandson's term. Someone who wants to live a life of choice as opposed to just living under the circumstances, get on top of the circumstances. So we're not begging people to join us here. If it's not for you, good. We're happy with that. We're looking for people who are looking for opportunity. You know that. You have to answer that question. I can't answer that for you. The second thing you need to find a simple, proven business system. And that's exactly what NeoLife is. It's not, as Samke mentioned, it's not here today, gone tomorrow. It's been going for over 67 years. It is a solid, privately family-owned business. We don't have shareholders and dividends to pay to big investors. It's a family business. It is a debt-free business. NeoLife is a cash business. It's a debt-free business. It's a simple, proven business platform that you can use and climb upon. The third thing is courage. Courage to take the action. And this is where we have the parting of the ways of people. When it comes to action, you get people who are the doers and you get people who are the procrastinators. Procrastination kills opportunity. You know, people come up with excuses like, oh, I'm going to think about it. That's not going to help you. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. You've got to climb out of the boat at some stage. And people say, oh, but I'm not sales oriented. Nor was I. Okay, that's how we start. You grow into what you have to be. People say, what would my friends say about me? My dear friend, get your ego out of the way. The bigger the ego, the smaller the bank account. That's how it works. So get the ego out of the way. I was challenged with that. I had to get my ego out of the way to make this thing work. Okay, but have the courage to take action, and no excuses are accepted. Just a couple of things about why NeoLife could work for you. Just a summary there. Own your own life. In other words, don't be owned by your boss. When the alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m, you jump to action. Own your own life. That's far better. Number 2, your health matters. Your health is your greatest wealth. You can have millions of rands tucked or dollars tucked away in a bank account, but if you don't have your health, it's of no value to you at all. So you want to eliminate disease, and you want to eliminate toxins from your home, because so much of the toxins that you're using in your current daily products are what are causing the disease. You know, so much of the food that you eat today is processed and not good for you. So eliminate disease and toxins in your home because your health matters. The third reason why you should become part of NeoLife is eliminate your financial stress. You know, I've lived with no money at all under stress, and I've lived with plenty of money. And quite frankly, it's better with more money. So I'm going to strongly recommend that you get rid of that financial stress. It's not an overnight fix. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. Another good reason we've already touched on, travel the world. What a joy that is. Traveling the world first class with like-minded people. In other words, you're not little souls up in the middle of Pakistan or wherever you're going on your own. You're part of a group of people who know what's going on. The fifth reason I believe you should join this business is to leave a legacy. And we touched on that with Sam and the McQuarrie family. That's exactly what they've already done. And there's so many families in NeoLife. It's uniquely NeoLife. We have families in America who are now third generation. In other words, the grandparents started, passed on to the parents, passed on to the kids, who passed on to the grandkids. 3 generations. That is unique. That is building something that's going to stand the test of time. Leave a legacy. Use your life in such a way that's it's of benefit. So that's basically our business. Very simple. It takes courage to try something new. I suggest you get out of your comfort zone. Okay. I would encourage you to get back to the person who had enough care for you to invite you to this program tonight. I say that with sincerity because the man who invited myself down to see the business was a man called Horace Painter. I thank him today. He's passed on many years ago because he was 65 when he joined the business. But he gave us a change in life through just one simple word, no sentence. He said to me, Rory, do you want to make some extra money? And I said, Horace, yes. And this whole world opened up to us. I thank him. So get back to the person who thought enough about you tonight. Thank him, and he will guide you through the process. He will direct you to his website. You can sign up on the website tonight. Get it done. Action requires, well, results require action. Have the courage to try that and leave a legacy for yourself and your family. And if you pass on, you know, if I pass on, which not if, when I pass on, my family and my wife and family are more than capable of running this business. And, you know, that's what you can do. If I was a doctor, I couldn't do that because I couldn't pass on that legacy. But I want to thank you for your time tonight. I hope what we've told you is of value to you. I want you to understand the business works. There's no question of doubt about that. The question tonight is, do you want it? And are you going to learn how to do it? And that's in your hands. So the decisions you take will affect your destiny, and you have to live with the consequence of those decisions. So I'm going to encourage you tonight to be brave, step out of your comfort zone, and give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. So thank you for joining us tonight. Good night, and God bless you all. Thank you.